Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back here with another YouTube video. And in today's video, we're gonna be doing. Let's talk a bit about the new Thor: Love and Thunder trailer here on the channel today. So yeah, recently Thor: Love and Thunder got its full length trailer. Uh, yeah, it just recently got its full length trailer, and now I just want to discuss it, touch on a few things, give my opinions on a few things. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. So. Yeah, finally we got a full length trailer. It's been a while. Like I really wanted one very badly. Of course, it's actually pretty close to the release date too, as it does release July 8th, which is like about a month and a little bit away. So it's not too far away. Um, yeah, we got our first looks at different our first look at Gore. We also get a little bit more time with certain characters. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. So first, I want to just talk about the characters. What I think of the characters. First of all, Thor looks cool as ever. I really like his new costume. I think it looks really cool. Uh, and I think it looks really interesting. I think I like the whole color scheming of his costume. So that's pretty cool. We're also he's gonna be ripped again, so that's really cool. And it looks like he's gonna be not even he's gonna be ripped obviously, but I mean in more of like a buffer physique. So I think that looks actually pretty cool. So yeah, um, so yeah, we got a little bit more insight into his costumes and stuff, which is really cool. He's also sporting a mask too, which is really cool. So yeah, we also got our first more, not our first look per se, but we got a more detailed look at Jane Foster Thor, so that's pretty cool too. As well, she's holding the rebuilt Mjolnir, so that's pretty cool. Uh, her costume looks really cool. I like her costume. We also see Korg. We also see uh, King Valkyrie, who's now the king. Or yeah. Uh, we see a few different looks at her, which is really cool. Yeah, I thought that really looked interesting. We also saw a little bit of fight montage as well, which is really cool. Always welcome. We also got our first look at Gore, and I gotta say, I don't understand the hate that Gore was getting before about the way he looks. Obviously they're not gonna just CGI his face. It's Christian Bale. Come on now, it's Christian Bale. Like, why would they CGI his face? That's kind of dumb. Um, so I mean, with that being said, I think they did the best with what they could have. Like, obviously, again, like they're not gonna CGI his face. It's Christian Bale. um, but I mean, still, I honestly, I actually really like the way that he's looking. I think he looks very menacing. He very looks very disturbing. I think I think it does get its job well done. As you can see in the background of this poster, I think yeah, you can see my mouse. Uh, like that look right there, that looks stellar. I think that looks awesome. And again, you gotta remember, Gore is one of those villains where it's like he's supposed to be a lot more menacing and a lot more scary. He's not supposed to be like, oh man, that guy's funny or something. He's got to be more menacing and more, a little bit more like scary and stuff like that. So I mean, with that being said, like I think they do a wonderful job with that. As well as we heard Gore actually speak as well, which is actually really cool as well. I gotta say that's pretty cool. I think Christian Bale fits like his voice, the way he looks, just fits it well. I think it fits it well. And also remember, I'm not really, I can't really, I'm pretty sure that's he could go undergo some changes in terms of the fact like maybe when he picks up the Necroblade sword, I think it's called. Um, when he picks it up, maybe perhaps he undergoes some like changes. Maybe he gets a bit stronger and stuff. So I mean, I honestly I'm liking the way he's looking right now, but I wouldn't be surprised perhaps if they change the way his character they like make him more buff or something. I'm not really sure, but like make him a little bit more like larger per se. Like that could happen as well. But still, I mean, I think he looks pretty cool, and I can't wait for him to be the villain. Yeah. In terms of like what we saw in the trailer, so firstly, what we saw, we see them fighting some sort of characters. I'm not really sure what's going on with that fighting and stuff. Um, as we see like Thor and Jane Foster kind of teaming up. So I mean, that's interesting to say the least. I'm interested to see who they're fighting. We also see a little bit more of Zeus, which is actually kind of interesting as well. So we see a bit more of Zeus. So yeah, we also see some like fight montages. We also see like they have. I'm not really sure what it's called. I guess you could call it goat boat. I guess you could say. Like I remember on some of the merchandise it's called a goat boat, but I don't know what it's actually called. But I mean, we saw a bit of that, which is really cool. So yeah, and I'm also like really digging the like the '80s rock kind of feel of the movie. That's pretty cool. I still like that from Ragnarok, of course. Um, Now, in my opinion, to see what would happen, like what are my predictions as we go into this? Like, what do I get from the trailer in terms of predictions? Honestly, to be honest with you guys, like I honestly am having a strong prediction. Perhaps Thor could die in this movie, or perhaps Thor could like retire, or right word is I guess Thor leaving the MCU. I guess in this movie, which is highly possible. Like I personally think that's very highly possible because again, like it, I do enjoy Thor. I think he's a really good character. I really enjoy him. It's just I feel like really with the MCU they're moving forward different characters and stuff, and obviously we can't just have like Thor all the time. So yeah, I mean, what better way to send him off fighting Gore the God Butcher? He like Gore is like possibly one of the strongest villains here, and he's gonna be taking on Thor. So I mean, like that's gonna be really interesting in and of itself, and like also why are they introducing Jane Foster if they're gonna just keep the other Thor? Like that doesn't make any sense either. So I mean, yeah, and yeah, actually saw this theory on YouTube. I seen the theory, or not a theory. It's not really a theory, but something based off the comic books is in the comics. Actually, Jane does have cancer, and when she transforms into Thor, she her cancer essentially goes away, but when she takes it off, it comes back essentially, but even worse. So I've seen this theory that the reason we see Jane Foster not ever in Jane Foster form, only in Thor form, is because of that theory. So I mean, yeah, that could be something on the little more comic accurate side. That's not like a prediction or anything. That's just like a kind of theory I want to share with you guys. That's all. Yeah, and there's also some more alerting stuff to like kind of be to be like predicting that Thor could possibly die or something is when we see at the start of the trailer. Obviously, we see Korg talking about there was a man. I can't remember exactly word for what he said, but he said something along the lines of uh he was speaking in past tense about Thor and being like a god or something. Yeah, so that could be possibly like an ending monologue, maybe perhaps like we end up seeing in the end. Maybe perhaps Korg like meets up and goes on that monologue or speech, I guess, or storytelling. So maybe perhaps that could happen. But I mean, still, I'm super excited for this movie. I think Christian Bale is gonna do awesome. I think Chris Hemsworth is gonna do awesome. I think the whole cast of characters is gonna do awesome. I mean, I just can't wait to see Gore the God Butcher. I just can't wait to see it. And I mean, uh, I'm interested to also the different cameos and everything as well. Uh, or not cameos. I don't know if that's but like for example, we saw like the Living Tribunal. We saw a statue of death as well. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I want to see as well how this connects to the wider range of the MCU. That's one thing. But I mean, still, I think this is gonna be an awesome movie. Of course, it comes out in theaters July 8th. Uh, Not sure if they'll get another trailer, like another full length trailer. I'm not really sure. Uh, I might do one or two more videos before it releases on this topic, but I mean, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.